So some very big news has just popped up, and could it be that Sony has just missed an opportunity here?
Yeah, probably.
Surprise of the century, I know. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 a.m. coming at you once again with another exciting video.
I mean, I guess it's exciting. I don't know.
And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section provided below. So we here at PS Vita at 2 a.m. absolutely just adore talking about the PS Vita. And it doesn't even have to be at 2 a.m. Along with bad puns that go absolutely nowhere, as you just witnessed. But aside from those two things, we also love to talk about what Sony is doing in the handheld market, which usually ends up with us giving our hopes up on the PS Vita too. Yeah, we'll just call a spade here. But recently, a new news article from essentialsports.com, or esports, if you will, has dug up some new information that many people out there may not be aware of. So I thought I would share that with you all here today. Oh, and don't worry, there's still going to be bad puns aplenty. Here we go. As mentioned just 5 seconds ago, this comes from essentialsports.com, or esports. Sony once launched a rare PlayStation device that could have changed everything. Until, you know, it didn't. Sony PlayStation has been a thing for over 20 years now. We are already on the 5th generation of this series of consoles, and with every generation, we have had numerous revolutionary games played. With mainline consoles, Sony has also given us a couple of portable consoles, the PlayStation Portable and the PlayStation Vita. The latter is still hailed as one of the best portable consoles ever made. I gotta say, I love this website style already. Seriously here, usually with many of these websites, they end up taking a shot or two at the PS Vita, but this one actually gives the credit it deserves, and I gotta give them mucho kudos for that. Blood pressure remains at a normal level. Got a feeling that's not gonna last. With PlayStation Portables and such, and with advancements in cell phone processor tech, fans have wondered if we would ever see a cell phone with PlayStation capabilities. I mean, I wasn't personally really wondering any of that, but I know there's a lot of people out there who are. So no judge here. Yeah, because I think we all know the kind of fetish that Sony has with mobile gaming, especially these days. We would tell you that this question and this curiosity have come years late. Sony has already gone this way, and they did not like the results. Does this mean they could have abandoned this thing before ever giving it a chance? Yeah, I know. Shocking, am I right? Sony launched a PlayStation phone called Xperia Play back in 2011. Sony must have decided that they finally need a phone with the PlayStation logo written on it. And they really delivered, for this was a phone with much more than just a PS logo. It had a slide-out controller, kinda similar to the PSP Go here, mind you. I'm getting some serious deja vu. With motion-sensitive analog sliders, basically a full PlayStation controller at your disposal. And in my personal opinion, this is a handheld slash phone done right by Sony. Except for whenever I hear the word motion, because you guys all know how I feel about that word. Along with face buttons and a nifty D-pad, it had a set of satisfying shoulder buttons, and everything just worked. Insert any type of fetish here for those who actually want to lick this controller, or phone. I know I kinda do at this point. The phone also came with a bunch of games in a fancy folder. It basically went into some X-Cross-like PlayStation mode when you slid out the controller, but most of the games were generic Android games.
I mean, hey, this is 2011 we're talking about here.
And Sony. Before launch, Sony even stated they had plans to launch a bunch of new games. Some AR titles are in the line with Indivisimals. Invisimals? Yeah, that's a thing, right? We did actually end up getting that game on the PlayStation Vita though, so all's well that ends well. And some even expected a bunch of PSP games to launch for this phone.
Yeah, definitely insert a finish for that one.
And it made sense, as it looked like a fancy PSP or an even fancier PSP Go. So here's a little fun fact for you that the article provides. Before Xperia Play, there was Nokia N-Gage. Yeah, anybody out there remember that thing? No, probably not. Here's an even more funner fun fact for you though. In order to actually insert a game into the original N-Gage, N-Gage, you had to take out the battery in the back, which you could only do by unscrewing it. Gee, I wonder why that never caught on. Nokia's N-Gage had already proven that when it comes to cell phones with gaming features, minimal effort is not enough. Yeah, I digress. Even with a custom source of media, the phone was a fancy piece of hardware too. Moreover, N-Gage game cards were introduced for it, if you were one of the lucky individuals who were able to figure out how to insert one. And just like the N-Gage came and went, so did the PlayStation phone. Some say Sony did it dirty by not releasing better games for it. Some say it was just not powerful enough with its 512 MB RAM. Then again, it was way more powerful than the ARM-powered PSP, which came with 64 MB of RAM. It seems like people would have to wait a lot longer for a new gaming-focused phone. Well, try saying that 10 times fast. But I think the thing that I find the most ironic about this whole entire situation is that Sony would yet end up repeating that once again with the PS Vita by completely abandoning it early in its lifetime and not giving it the love and attention that it deserved. Which at this point looks like history just keeps repeating itself. Wow, I guess we're all suffering from deja vu now, aren't we? But guys, I would love to know your opinion at this point. Do you think that this gaming phone could have been a really big deal back in the day had Sony handled it properly, much like with the PS Vita? And on that note, do you think that had they done that, the PS Vita might have ended up being a lot more successful than it ended up being as well? Could this have started a snowball effect that maybe we would have already have had a PS Vita 2 by now? Or would we still have been suffering from the PS Vita 2 blues? As in, you know, the fact that we haven't gotten one yet. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by these wonderfully generous Patreon and YouTube membership supporters who help make this content possible. So a huge thank you goes out to Champlow, Ricardo Martinez, Donut Valley, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, Azumara, 1488 Dental, Rizal Pliskin, Buzz Saiyan, Sabin Fire, Mazgus, Tasha Monty, Eric DeWitt, Juan M. Hermosillo, That Bro, Kayonko, Hector Gonzalez, Jamie, PSP Guru, Lacerated 87, No Good, Aridri, Franz Hartle, Chris Foxhound, Mishuga 360, Shin Snake, Alan Iwazuk, Zakrito, Werthorga, Airkick 72, Bushin Ryu Cat, Milk Sama, Neo Arashi, Reiko Star, Matt Fox, Jimmy Gilby, Samai 241, Randy Azadech, Michael O'Connor, H-Hitter, Jelly, Joseph Shavak, Richard Cruz, PS Vita S, Adam Sondi, Hero Acer, Rodrigo Vera, Crazy Cat, Heston Joseph, Kevin Enright, Jared Hado, VG Legends, Claimer Malarkey, BMF, Sculpture Tugel TCG, Adam Thury, Thomas Kremet, Silica, JR, Kyle Brooks, Saul Ramirez, Phantom XRS, David Ray, Wendy K, Hemdall Imbert, and Gutter Drums. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and gaining access to a number of perks, including having your name featured on the end credits of these videos, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. I also have some affiliate links from both Amazon and PlayAsia for anyone who is interested in purchasing something from them. Basically, the way it works is so long as you use one of those links to just access their website, then anything you purchase afterwards, a small commission will go to help support this content at no extra cost to you, the consumer. I also have channel merchandise available, and of course, as always, likes and shares can help equally as much. And I guess the biggest takeaway that we can take away from all this is that, hey, the PS Vita may have been abandoned by Sony, but as this article shows, that it wasn't alone. So I guess that should make us feel better?